And are you thinking about getting married or know someone who is?
Well, a local minister and his wife have written a book that will change your perception about marriage and help establish reasonable expectations.
And joining us live now is Skip Little, co-author of the book, So You Think You Want to Get Married. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
I saw a video with you, and the 4 words popped out,
Yes.
marriage is not nice.
Yes.
What does that mean?
That means that most people go into marriage with a false understanding of what the real work is in marriage. And so people focus on the dress, the day, the actual event, but they don't plan for the marriage where they can stay married until death do they part. And so the class in the book focuses on the reality and the hard work of marriage.
Okay, so Mr. Little, you and your wife are directors of the First Baptist Church of Glenarden's marriage ministry.
Yes.
And tell us why you guys decided to write this book. What are you seeing out there?
Well, when we it started long before we actually took the position at the church. It started when we decided to get married. And when we decided to get married, there weren't enough resources that really gave a realistic context of what marriage is all about. So we went to like 2 or 3 different counselors and coaches, and we still didn't feel like we were properly trained. And once we got in it, I mean, it was the first year was a tough year, but it was a good year.
It was a good year.
Here's, if we can show a photo of the book right now. Tell us about the book and perceptions you say people have of when they get married. I'm sure most people are happy.
Right.
But what are the expectations that are incorrect?
The expectations are that marriage is going to be comfortable, it's going to be joy-filled, that person's going to meet every expectation in marriage. Whatever their missing need is or whatever their heart's desires are, that spouse, that husband or wife, they're to meet that expectation. And what happens is that when you get married and you realize that that person's not making you happy or you're not feeling the joy, then what do you do next? And some people, if they're not properly trained or equipped, they decide to quit the marriage. And we want to prevent that.
That's right. So you use biblically based marital tools to help engage married couples. Tell us about that a little.
Okay, so all of our principles and all of our concepts come from the Bible. So you gotta, even if we have non-believers that take our class and we have also believers that take a class, we firmly believe that the reason why the divorce rate in between the Christian community and the secular community kind of parallel the same, everyone says the same 50%, is because folks aren't really have a real understanding of God's context of marriage. And so we go through the Old Testament to the New Testament and pull key points and principles to show folks how to do marriage God's way.
Talk about some of the chapters in your book.
Okay, so we have one chapter on expectations. And we talk about everything from where do you want to live to the job you want to have. Do you want to start a business? We talk about, who's going to be the primary breadwinner. We talk about who, me and Beverly oftentimes share a story of when we first got married. We were 2-income household, and she had one definition of a big ticket item, and I had a different definition of a big ticket item. So my definition of a big ticket item was anything under $1,000 I didn't need approval for. So I was coming home with washing machines, stereos, suits, shoes, the whole 9 yards. Her definition of big ticket items was anything under like $50. And so we had that first year, we had to kind of negotiate what a big ticket item is. Well, today that big ticket item is anything over $20 I need to get approval. Okay,
now you did mention divorce, and it's rampant in our society. Everyone knows that. What do you think needs to happen to reverse that?
Just a realistic understanding of the hard work marriage is. You have 2 people coming from 2 different cultures, 2 different contexts, 2 different family experiences, and you're coming together as one. It's just a lot of hard work. The good news is, through the hard work, if you apply the biblical principles God's way, you can survive the challenges that take out so many other couples. And so the deal is, apply the principle, the hard work, and you'll survive. You'll have a marriage until death do you part.
Okay, once again, the book, So You Think You Want to Get Married.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Well, if you want to find out more about the topic or the book, email info@skipandbeverly.com.